everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. This is my Yooper Delights YouTube channel. Today I thought I would finally share with you one of my favorite recipes. This is my homemade Nutty granola, or sometimes known as muesli, which to me is kind of the same thing as like a nutty oatmeal. But it's really versatile and it's very delicious because it can be used many ways. One way is just like a cold or a hot cereal. You can add cold or hot milk to it and eat it that way for breakfast, or you can use it as a topping on yogurt or ice cream. Yeah, and there's so many different ways, different ingredients, I should say, that you can put in it to make it very specific to your personal taste. The way I usually make it for our B&B guests is with a mixture of nuts, and then after it's baked, I also add dried fruit, typically dried cranberries. But you can make it any way you want. You definitely want to have some kind of a nut or crunch in with the oats. So use what you have on hand, which is what I'm doing today. Usually I will buy I think it's a 1 pound can or a jar of mixed nuts and then chop them up and use those. But today what I had on hand were slivered almonds, and I chopped up some walnuts and also pecans. So that's a really good combination. Some other ideas that you can add if you like it would be toasted coconut, or you could also add dried banana chips, or dried dates or dried figs, dried blueberries, any type of a dried fruit that you think you would like with your granola. So I've got my ingredients already pre-measured here. I'm actually making a double batch because for me, going through the work of measuring and baking and everything that goes into it, I prefer to make a larger batch and then have extra on hand because we have 2 B&Bs, and we provide a homemade bakery style breakfast for our guests. So we go through our food, our bakery quickly. So this actually does last a very long time if you package it well in an airtight Tupperware or glass jar container. This also makes a really cool gift if you put it in a mason jar after it's all done with the ingredients and instructions. Especially for people who prefer not to have baked goods or may have some type of gluten intolerance, which is also a good thing because this does not have any gluten in it. The other ingredient that if I have it on hand, I add is ground up flax seed. And this actually also has, I think, chia, and it's like an omega-3 blend of different seeds, which is good, and that can't hurt anything. You don't even notice it or taste it, so sneaking in some really good healthy ingredients is also a good idea. So what I've got here, actually I'll read the recipe. I have it doubled, but I'll give you the measurements for a single batch. So what I've got in here is the oats and the cinnamon. I forgot to keep the cinnamon out for you to see, but so it's 5 cups of old-fashioned oats, not the quick oats. So 5 cups of oats, and then 2 cups of chopped up nuts. So I've got my oats, and then also 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. That's another thing that you could add if you wanted to add a little bit of nutmeg or pumpkin pie spice or apple pie spice, and then at the end after it's baked you could add dried apple chips. That would be really good. So today what I'm doing is my nutty cranberry granola mix. So I'm adding to my cinnamon and my oats. I've got, I think what I had left here is probably, I don't know, half or a quarter cup of the omega-3 ground flax seed mixture. And so then what I've also got here would be 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. And you can use light or dark, whatever you prefer. And then we've got our nuts. I'm going to add the nuts next. And then I'm going to mix those up. And I love using my giant KitchenAid bowl just because it's a nice, deep, big stainless bowl and it has a handle. So that works out really well for me. So I've got that mixed up really well. Then I'm going to start adding my wet ingredients. And I've got vegetable oil, so this would be 1/2 cup of any type of cooking or baking vegetable oil. And I'm going to go ahead and add my vanilla, which would be 1 teaspoon. I'd say 1 to 1.5 teaspoons. And I'm going to add that to my oat and nut mixture. I'm so excited today because this is our first recipe video, so I'm learning as I go here and I thank you for your patience. So I am going to give that a good stir. Get the oil mixed well and incorporated in there. And if you hear a motor running, it's my oven. It is a convection oven and the fan is constantly going on and off, and it drives our dog Jasper nuts because he thinks somebody's pulling in the driveway. So if you see him pop in here looking around, he's wondering what that sound is. So, and here he comes right now. Are you gonna say hi, Jasper? You're not on camera yet, I don't think. Okay. And there goes my phone. And we're gonna pause. Hello. Okay, I am back. All right, so I took my phone call and now I'm back. Thank you for waiting. So in here I have my oats. I'm going to repeat the measurements. 5 cups of oats, 2 cups of chopped nuts, and then we have 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 cup of oil, and now I'm going to add my 1/2 cup of honey and 2 tablespoons of warm water because that helps thin it out a little bit, make it easier to spread and mix into the oats and the nuts. Alright, so I'm going to use my big wooden spoon here because this is a muscle builder here. Don't add your dried fruit until after this mixture, this oat and nut and honey mixture is baked, because if you put it in now and bake your dried fruit with it, there isn't enough moisture content in this to hydrate your dried nuts. I'm sorry, to hydrate your dried fruit. So if you put your dried fruit in now and then you bake it, it's going to come out, your fruit will be very hard and chewy and unpleasant. So you don't want to do that. So I didn't have enough dried cranberries on hand for today, which is fine, because after I get this baked, I will go to the grocery store and then I can add my dried cranberries afterwards before I package it. So what I'm going to do next is spread out this mixture on my cookie sheets, which you do definitely want to generously spray with vegetable oil. And then we will be baking at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't know if I needed to tell you that or not, but 350. And what I do is I usually will bake 2 pans at a time, 10 minutes. And then I take the pans out, and with a spatula I'm going to kind of stir and spread around the mixture, because it will get a little bit sticky in your pan, but you want everything to bake evenly. So I'll stir it around a little bit, and then I'll switch the shelves, because I'll have one pan on the top shelf and then another pan on the second shelf. So 10 minutes, take it out, stir it around, and then when I put my pans back in, I'll make sure the top one originally goes on the second, and vice versa. So then the second time around, you're going to bake another 15 minutes or so. And at that point, open up the oven door, look at it, check it, see if it's a nice golden brown. If it's really golden brown, it's maybe too long and but it could be good, but it'll be very, very crunchy. And I kind of like that happy medium. And I'll show you what it looks like and should feel like when it's done. So I'm going to grease my pans and stick this in the oven. When I put this out on my pan, I don't want to do a super thick layer, because then it won't bake evenly. You want it to be spread out kind of thin on your pan, so every little bit you want to chop up any clumps. So this is what it looks like. Not real thick, good thin layer. Okay, so I have both of these in here, not on the very top, but the second to top, and then maybe 2 below. So I'm going to do this for 10 minutes now. Okay, so this is what the granola looks like after 10 minutes. And what I'm going to do, try to film and do this with one hand, is basically kind of scrape it up a little bit, get it away from the edges. Because I don't want everything, I don't want this to bake or toast unevenly. So what I'm doing is kind of moving it to the middle, and then I'm going to flip it over a little bit. Just kind of mix it up and then spread it out again for another 15 minutes or so. So as we are waiting for our granola to get done, I thought I would share kind God, I really need a wide angle lens because I can't get a wide shot here for you guys, sorry. So this is our little kitchen in our house, and we have been little by little remodeling. In about a month we will have a new flooring in here. Right now it's vinyl, and don't look at my messy dining room, but the little kitchen is sweet. One thing that we did was my husband and father-in-law put this, it's supposed to look like antique pressed tin ceiling. That was actually done when my mother and father-in-law still lived here. And then when Gary and I moved in, these cabinets were like the typical, I don't know if they were birch wood maybe, but that kind of blonde stain. And when we moved in, I can hear Jasper rooting around in here. That's what I did, was I painted them kind of a creamy vanilla color, and then the windows actually were see-through, and I didn't care for that because I didn't want to see all my junk. Not junk, but just, you know, boxes of food and canned goods and things like that. I just didn't want to see. So I painted the back side of the windows. They're actually leaded glass, and it turned out really well. Yes, I am still in Christmas mode here in the kitchen, and it's mid-January. The rest of the house has been disassembled with kitchen decor, but I just really like the way it looks in my kitchen. So I'm going to wait until the end of the month, and I'll share with you some of these cute little collectibles that I have on the shelves. On the top shelf, I've got just a variety of things, tins, and you'll see little putz houses that my grandpa Shooty made many years ago as a Christmas present to my mom, and she didn't have room for them, so they are, some of them, I could only had room for a few of them, are here in the kitchen. And in the kitchen window, I hung an antique window here, displaying some fun things. And don't look at the dirty dishes. And this window looks outside to our deck. Sometime after we get the new flooring in, very excited because it is going to be vintage Chicago brick pavers, so I'm excited about that. And here's part of my rolling pin collection. So there you go, that's part of our kitchen. The rest is a little less desirable at the moment and undecorated, so I won't share that for now, but we're still waiting for our granola, so I'll be back in a little bit. All right, so it has been about 1 hour since I pulled the granola out of the oven, and that's a very important step, leaving it cool completely. This container it's just a Tupperware container that I get from Walmart, and I love them because I can keep my batters in them. It keeps the granola fresh. I use these Tupperware containers with the lids for a lot of things. What I do then when I give this to, or actually I have it in the kitchens when our customers, or not customers, our guests come to stay at the B&Bs. If I have fresh granola on hand, I will put it in a little cellophane baggie for them. They can enjoy it while they're here. If they don't want to, they can take it home with them. So these little cellophane bags you can get in bulk on Amazon for a really affordable price, and I use them for a lot of things. So these are great. And then I just use bakery twine, or I think this is actually crochet thread, tie it up, and then I will place a tag on here with the ingredients so they know what that is. And there you have it, our Yooper Delights Nutty Granola. I did add some dried cranberries in here. And I can see Jasper's little head. Say hi. Say hi, Jasper. So one thing to know when your granola is done, when you're scraping it in between baking times, 10 minutes, take it out, scrape it, move it around. You'll notice that first time it feels, when you're moving the spatula around, you can kind of feel that it's still damp and kind of heavy. When it's done, it'll be lightweight and crunchy. And Jasper just bumped my camera, sorry about that. So yeah, then you know it's done when you pull it out and you're pushing it around, and you can kind of feel that it's more lightweight and crunchy. And as it does dry, yes, I see you. As the granola dries, it'll feel more lightweight. And that's how you know it's completely dry, it's completely cooled, and then it's ready to package. You don't want to package it when it's still damp or warm. So that's it. I am that was Jasper again. I am getting ready to go out to the bakery, our bakery bunkhouse, our second Airbnb, to film that before I take the Christmas decorations down, and that video will be sometime in the near future, loaded on YouTube after this one. And I guess that's it. If you could please let me know if you like this video. Click the thumbs up icon on your screen. And if you have not already, click the subscribe button as well. That way when you go on YouTube, our new videos will show up in your feed, and it doesn't cost you anything. It does help me out to know who's watching and who likes these videos and what type of videos you like or don't like. And now you'll hear squeaking. Jasper's getting his toy because I am not paying attention to him. So sorry about that background noise, but this is life in the UP at Yooper Delights. What else was I going to say? I don't know. Now my phone is ringing. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Jasper, can you say hi to everybody? Can you sit? Oh, good boy. Say hi, everybody. Thanks for watching Yooper Delights. Thanks for watching Yooper Delights. Do you have your toy here? Where's your toy? Show everybody your toy. You were squeaking it before. Okay, say goodbye, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.